Asides are like little thoughts or ideas that don't make their own post, but are longer form than a status update, which is more like something that might be a Twitter or Facebook status. When displaying asides, I don't want to display a big title heading because for asides, the title doesn't matter, just the content. I start by opening an article tag and running the post class function. Post class does the same sort of thing as a body class. It applies a bunch of classes on that particular post to the containing tag, so posts of that type, or even that specific post, can be styled individually later. Then I'm giving it an ID, which will be post hyphen, and then the specific post ID of that post. This way, if I, or someone using this theme, wanted post 25 to look different from the posts around it, they could get really specific by using that ID. For asides, I'm not going to display a post date, but for search results and indexing, it's good to still have a post date anyway. So I'm going to use a time tag, but not put anything in it. It's just there for the search engine's benefit. Since the date-time attribute requires that the time be formatted in a specific way, I'm defining that date format in my TheTime call, which is a WordPress function that handles outputting the post date of the current post in the loop. Then I'm going to add some Theme Hook Alliance hooks for entry before and entry after, because I'm getting ready to start my actual entry content. This is wrapped in a section that I've added the entry class to. Inside this section, I throw my Theme Hook Alliance entry top and entry bottom hooks, and then use the content to display the post content. Under the content, I'm going to add another getTemplatePart call to pull in a template part to handle the link pages function. This is a more utility template part, so I'm prefixing it with just part. Under the entry, after I've closed the entry section and done the THA entry after, I'm going to display the post title and a humanized time of when the post was published. This last part uses one of my favorite WordPress core functions, human time diff, which we'll get to in a bit. Before this information, we're going to display a light bulb icon. This is going to come from the Font Awesome icon pack, not the Bootstrap icons, which we will add later. Let's look at the audio format next. This is almost identical. In fact, besides the icon that displays to indicate it's an audio post, the only difference is that rather than doing the time tag at the top, we're calling in a different template part that will handle the title and the date. So, since that will get taken care of in that template part, I don't need to worry about it here. I'll skip the chat format for a minute and jump to the gallery format. The only difference here is the icon. Everything else is being done the same way in this template part, same with the image posts. The template part handling that post format is the same with just a new icon. With link, quote, and status posts, we want them to look more like the aside post that we created a template for in the beginning. No title displays, the title displays at the bottom with a humanized time, and a unique icon for each post format. Video posts go back to the same format as galleries and images. So that leaves us with chat posts. Chat posts are also using a neat filter that modifies the output of the post content to allow users to display a chat with zebra striping and the author names highlighted. I didn't write this, I'm using a code snippet that can be found on Justin Tadlock's blog here. Finally, we wouldn't be done with post formats without a catch-all format named post.php. This is the file used when you're just using the standard post format. Up to now, all the template parts were displaying the full posts. This is because posts that don't have any text, like image posts, don't have a post excerpt, so there's no point in using a post excerpt. And things like asides and links and chats, you want to display the full post, and probably those aren't going to be very lengthy posts either, otherwise they'd be posted in the standard format. The theme is going to have an option, though, whether to display the full post or an excerpt of the post on archive pages, so we need to account for both in our post.php template part. It will start off the same as the rest. Open an article tag, pull in the template part to handle the title and the date, start my entry div, except this time I'm adding in the media class in case we need it for the post thumbnails. wrapped all around by my theme hook alliance functions. Now I need a way of getting the setting for whether to display the full post or not. I don't really like having to load the options into all my template files, so I'll write a function for this instead. It pulls in the option setting for the option that I'm using, and then either returns that if it's set, or the default if it's not. While I'm here, I'll make another one for archive pages. So your home page can display full posts, but your archive pages can just display excerpts. This one will do the same thing, except rather than getting the excerpts option, I'm calling in the archive excerpts option. Back in my post.php, I'll check if that function is returning false, meaning we aren't displaying excerpts, we want full posts, and then return the post content. Otherwise, I'll do another check to see if there's a featured image for the post and display that as a thumbnail and a media object, and then display the post excerpt inside the media body class. Like my other template parts, this gets followed by the template part that handles linking pages, then my theme hook alliance functions and the post icon.